everyone, my name is Autumn Daniel and I'm an Usborne Books and More independent consultant, and today I'm going to show you my top 10 treasured favorites. So the first one that I'm going to start with is called How Big is a Million? In this book, a little penguin begins his quest by asking a lot of questions. How wide is the sea? How high is the sky? Is the moon made of cheese? But his last question is, how big is a million? He asks his mom, who sets him out on a quest to find out how big a million is. So he looks around, he finds 10 fish. He goes on a journey, he finds 100 in a pack. He keeps going. He sees 1,000 snowflakes. But he cannot find a million. Eventually he goes home and tells his mom that he's been unable to find a million. And his mom gives him a hug, takes him outside, and says, there's something I want to show you. And then your child can go to the back, and in here it's Pipkin's Million. That's the penguin's name. And then you open it up, there's a poster that has 1 million tiny stars on it. And your little one can hang it up in their room as a wonderful keepsake and a visual of what it is to have a million. Another one of our favorites is I'm a Dirty Dinosaur. In this book, you have a very fun story about a dinosaur who gets very dirty. I'm a dirty dinosaur with a dirty snout. I never wipe it clean. I just sniff and snuff about. So you see that you get that rhyme to it. But at the end, don't worry. He wash, gives himself a wash. And he gets all clean. So it's a super cute rhyming story, and it has very thick pages, so it's perfect for even younger ages where they're still a little bit getting used to flipping and turning pages gently. Another one of my treasured favorites is 365 Science Activities. My daughter and my son and I have had a lot of fun looking at this book and discovering really cool activities that we can do around the house with anything and everything that we already have lying around. Everything from melting ice to cutting ice to looking at a nail polish test and what happens when you drop oil into chalk. There are so many different activities to get your little ones thinking, which would be a great resource for summer vacation or any vacation from school or even the science fair. Another one of my favorites, and this is probably my favorite sticker book, is the Mosaic Sticker Animals. So in it, you have many pages of animal stickers, and you can put those together to make picture scenes. And it'll show you how to do that in the book. So it'll teach you how to make a long, thin face for a dog or a rounded muzzle. And you can use the stickers that correspond to that page. So that page was 12. So right here are all the stickers that you need to do the dogs page, which was 12 to 13. You can make all those little cute doggies in there. It's a very fun sticker book. One of my other favorites is A Tale of Two Beasts. It is a great story for showing that there's always two sides to every story. A little girl ventures out in the woods and she finds a strange beast. Of course she takes him home. She's rescuing him, right? She takes him home. She calls him Fang. She wraps him up in a warm sweater. She carries him safely. She gives him a lovely bath and a gorgeous hat and a wonderful sweater. She plays with him. She takes him for a walk. She shows him off to all her friends. She's like the greatest person ever. But then the beast runs away. She doesn't understand why. But when it comes nighttime, he comes back. And they venture off together to find that he's not very strange at all. But the second half of the story is where it gets really fun. It says, I wonder why he came back. So here you can hear this Tale of Two Beasts from the beast's perspective. And it is totally, vastly different. Here he was happily hanging around, listening to the birds, when all of a sudden he was ambushed. And you can see that she growled at him and tied him up and carried him off to his secret lair. But in the end, he too finds that friendship is definitely in the end. So it's really cool to see the two perspectives in this book. Another one of my absolute favorites is the What If Monster. This is a wonderful way of showing your kids that they can overcome the fears that they encounter. In the beginning, Jonathan James hears what ifs in his head. And those what ifs are things like, what if you tumble? What if there's wind? What if you slip and your knee gets all skinned? All the reasons not to try something. What if they giggle? What if it's chilly? What if you jump and look really silly? And it goes through all kinds of what ifs, from everything from baseball to bedtime to sports. And in the last scene where the what ifs are there, it says, what if she laughs? What if she runs? What if she thinks you're not any fun? And you can see that the what ifs are stuck in his head, the downsides to everything. But in the middle of the story, he changes his mind and says, what if these what ifs are wrong? And he turns them around. What if I climb to the top of that tree and I never slip up or skin up a knee? And what if I jump right into that pool and everyone thinks I'm really cool? And then at the very end, you see that the what ifs have really changed him. And what if the chance I take in the end is just how I find my very best friend? It's a great story for helping your little warrior overcome those fears. Another favorite that I have is called Here in the Garden. It's a love story about loss and how in nature we can see those that we love. So it begins by missing a loved one and wishing that they were here. We'd skip over fallen branches and search for leaves that were the biggest and the brightest. You'd help me plant seedlings in the garden. We'd chat and hum like the birds. And it goes through wishing that the loved one was here. At the end, it has a wonderful message that says, I go outside and I find you. In the memories, in the garden, and in my heart. And you can see there he is with his loved bunny. Very sweet tale. Now, two of my favorites we're going to go together. If you're looking for an activity book that is very much focused on giving to others, these two are perfect. This one's called Be the Change, Make It Happen. It's all about giving kids practical ways to make a difference in the world. Similarly, we have Do Nice, Be Kind, and Spread Happy. These are random acts of kindness that kids can do for others. This one is more focused on being a hero and looking at different ways that you can make a difference. This one's about mostly kindness, but I think they both go hand in hand. They are wonderful resources for ideas for your kids to share love and show hope to others. And the last hidden treasure that I'm going to show you is probably one of my absolute favorites from Usborne. It's definitely a treasure for us at bedtime as we do this as our devotional. So this is called Bible Stories. This is one of our dual readers. What's really wonderful about it is it's so kid-friendly. Plus, it has two different reading levels, so you can have echoed reading or shared reading with your little one. So this is about Joseph and his amazing coat. And you can see that the text at the top is a lower level reading and the bottom is a higher level reading. For us, we like to have our kids read the words with us, and my daughter has actually picked up on a lot of sight words this way. So we'll have our kids echo read or shared read this with us, and then we will read the bottom to add to the story. What's also really neat is your child, once they're able to read the top line, can read the top lines and the story will still make sense. So this is a wonderful way to introduce Bible stories to your little ones and show them God's love. Thanks for checking out all of my favorite treasures.